actually can talk better today too.
That's great. Did you get her some of that honey?
She had some already,
Sure.
so she had a spoonful when we got home.
Nice. Oh,
Yep.
awesome. Well, it's November 7th today. Hopefully you guys are excited about something. Let's hear what you're excited about. Jerry, you've been posting a lot of stuff you're excited about. Why don't we start with you?
Oh gosh, put me on the spot.
Yeah. Do that. Sorry.
Well, I'm just excited that I finally know what I need to do and I'm on track and I'm like contacting people and being intentional about building relationships and it's working. It's all about those relationships. When people trust you, they want to hear what you have to say. And the posts I've been making have made it possible for me to have conversations with people I would have been too afraid to have before.
Wow, that's incredible. I don't know if I've checked out your posts. What kind of posts for everybody?
Every Monday, my boys are teaching you how to use Complete to make something. So we've done smoothies and different kinds of bars, and he's ducking out of the camera now.
I saw him. I saw you.
That's William.
William.
The two boys are making stuff every Monday. Then what am I doing?
Oh,
Remember Wednesday I figure is hump day and a hard day for everybody, so I do inspiration on Wednesday. Let's see. Family day is Sunday. Tuesday I try to post about homeschooling. Thursday I was doing garden, but now I'm gonna start doing tower garden. So
wow.
I should get plants.
You have a plan. You've got more?
Yeah, Friday I'm doing health, and then Saturday I'm trying to limit my animal posts to 1 day a week because it was a little excessive there for a while.
And you probably don't have your profile picture as an animal, right?
No, that's weird.
That was something we all learned in the beginning. Let's take the bird out of your profile picture and put your face.
Yeah, no, I do love my animals, but we were hatching chickens, and so that was super exciting. And I probably overposted that, but
people are really into that now. Maybe not. Who knows?
Dude, I just rolled that whole thing up.
Okay, and who else? Who else has something exciting? And I saw your Build It Big. No, Business of the 20. No, what is it called? The Six Figure Women book. I saw the book in the background. He was holding.
Oh yeah.
Wow, Jerry's getting serious.
Very serious.
Yeah, she's learning the secrets.
Yeah, I'm doing that group, the secrets, where we're talking about them.
Right, secrets to six-figure women. That's what I was trying to say, but
mouthful
came out of my head. Okay, so hopefully you guys got some really good clues from Jerry, who I would say is just now really like just blossoming, right? I mean, you've been around, but now we're seeing a lot from her and she's really taking things serious, right?
Yep.
So exciting. At any moment, you can become committed and decide, right? And that's the big key. Okay, who else? Who's got some exciting things that they'd like to share, please?
Me.
Go ahead, Glenn. Glenn, go ahead. What happened? Oh, I think she's frozen. Okay, somebody else until she's back.
Sorry. Did I freeze?
Yes.
Okay. Is this better? Okay, now everybody's moving again. Okay. I said, I'm excited for the SCOBY class tomorrow because of Sunday at 4 p.m. I'm teaching SCOBY class tomorrow.
I am glad you mentioned that. Can you please tell people who don't know what SCOBY is?
Oh yes, it's for the kombucha tea that everybody is so into. So I'm teaching everyone how to make the SCOBY cultured symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast, okay, is what it stands for. And I'm teaching you how to make that because that's key to making your kombucha tea in 2 weeks. So it's a two-parter class. You got to come tomorrow And then you come 2 weeks later on the 22nd to learn how to make the tea from the SCOBY that you're going to make tomorrow.
So building your microbiome is really important, and there's only so
Yep.
many ways that you could do it. One of them is to have fermented foods or drinks, sauerkraut,
Yep.
kombucha, what else? Our shake, our capsule, fruits
Right.
and vegetables, but what else? I don't know. So there's a whole segment of fermented foods. I'm going to show you our events, and then we're going to get started. Okay, Sherry Allen's watching on Facebook. Welcome, Sherry Allen. She's yay. Okay, so first I want to make sure you guys know, and I know some of you are in Team Take Action, join Team Transformers also in case I don't keep up the announcements as well on Team Take Action, because I don't know, the new Facebook is really hard for some reason. So there's a couple things I just want to make sure you guys know. Any new partner who gets to Express Track by November 30th, that means they took only 10 days to get to Partner Plus, they now get a business builder box with free complete and free sample packs. And so that's a pretty amazing thing. Then we have a bingo game for everyone. And so that's in this announcement, the bingo game thing. And that just helps you stay on track with, some money making activities. Like if you get a trio order, you mark it off. If you send out some thank you notes to your customers, you knock it off, things like that. And here is just an outline of our events for the week. So let me just show you, here's the little flyer for the Business Builder Box, okay? So you can check that out. This is what Gwen is talking about. So if you're not in the healthy, what is it called? Health 101 group? I don't think it even says that, but it says it on the other flyer. Here's the bingo thing, here it is. Healthy Cooking 101, it's on the side. That's the name of the group that these things are in. So not just the SCOBY, but Harvest Kale Salad is tomorrow. And you can invite people to that. We're having lunch and learns all week, except for Wednesday. It's Veterans Day. I just made a flyer, but I didn't get to put it in here. But Wednesday, there is an event in the Healthy Starts at Home Facebook group. People love the idea of salad jars. So if you post salad jars this week, and then people say, what the heck's up with that? I'd like to learn more. You get them in this group and you help, get them on this live stream at 8:30 Eastern, okay? Can be as simple as that. You don't have to be the expert. Tower Garden is November 10th and 12th is Awaken the Genius. I have no idea what this is, but it's Dr. Carol Watson and she's always amazing. And then this is just a preview of later on, we're gonna have the December detox starting November 30th. So if people are like, oh, I don't feel so good after Thanksgiving, you can make sure you invite them to join in that too. So you can always check the announcements here to make sure you are up to date. I'm going to just stop sharing for a second. Does anybody have any questions about that before we get started on just a couple other things? Anybody? Something I missed? An event I missed? Anything like that? Okay. So we also are really trying to join in with the company on their incentives. So join the club is one of their incentives to get to qualification. And then you just get an extra $50 that month. If you did it 3 months in a row, then you get 50, 50, and 100. So the push is to get people to qualification. So you'll hear me mention qualification during the presentation today. That's having about 28 customers of your own. Sometimes you can have new people and they're feeding into your qualification also, but the ultimate goal is for you to have your own customers that bring you qualification, because we advance people out of our qualification. They still count for our entire business in different ways, but you want to have your own really good customer base. And if you don't have that yet, make sure that you are working closely with your sponsor to have that, because that opens the door to the rest of the compensation plan. And we want to help you get there. Okay. All right. So Doug put in the chat, let's have this interactive. We don't really want, just a one-way thing. We want you guys to really learn, to have your questions answered, for you to be heard, to celebrate you, all these different things. So if you have anything you want to celebrate right now, put it in the chat and we'll get started. And you guys can tag your new team members, things like that. And also welcome to those people who are on replay and listening now, maybe like Sherry Allen, yay. Okay, so I'm gonna go to this little PowerPoint. I just worked on this today, you guys, so it's not perfect or anything, but it's some things that I love about, I love to share for our business. All right, things that are important. So what we want to do, this is a virtual franchise. I've always loved that about the definition. Virtual meaning you could do it anywhere. I like to say if you have a mouth and you have a phone, basically you could do this business, right? You don't need much else. A mouth and a phone, right? So anywhere you are, like Sherry Ann Bennett, she got a bunch of customers while she was on a cruise. So it can be anywhere. There's people in the hospital that get customers while they're having a baby or, in other circumstances. So wherever you are, it's something you could do throughout your day. And it really doesn't take a lot. You just barely mention Juice Plus and see whether it piques curiosity. Okay. So we build our franchise, like I was saying, a customer base of our own. Then we teach others to do the same. So it really is like a servant leadership type business where you help others and then you're helping yourself. But basically, it's all about helping others. Our company's been around for 50 years, and their vision statement is to build a stable and lasting company to help as many people as possible realize their dreams. And that's what it's done for Doug and I. It's what it's done for lots of people. And that's what we want to help you be able to do as well. And many of you are, you're really happy where you're at, or you're happy with your goals. You see yourself moving forward, and we're happy about that. Our community is a bunch of like-minded, health-conscious people who are just making simple changes, not perfect people. Nobody's perfect, and we're all on our own health journey and on our learning journey. And what we do is we learn and we share. We learn and we share. We learn and we share. And whether it's about health and nutrition or about the business, that's what we do. We learn and we share. Okay, so it's good for anybody. You don't have a college degree. You don't have to be an expert. We have experts. They're all on audios. So you don't have to know a ding dong thing, Wendy Campbell, who is a millionaire, says. You don't need to know a ding dong thing as you sign up for this business. Our mission is to inspire healthy living around the world. And that's something our company helps us do. Our company is moving in momentum. We just join in with them, move with their momentum of what they've already done, welcome to any of our new team members. Okay, so our kind of long-term goals is really this: to build our belief in the product to where it's a 10 out of 1 to 10. A lot of times this doesn't need much help, and there's always talk about it, right? So you want to work on building your product belief. You want to know what you know so that no one can really like shoot you down, not that we're going to argue with people, but that you realize that you're the messenger, you're not the message, and maybe they're not ready yet and they don't KNOW. They're not saying no outright, but a lot of times they're doing whatever and they just don't understand yet. Okay, so we want to help build our belief. And how do we do that? We learn about the products and we learn about the research. And then we want to build our belief in this type of business. We want to learn about how this business of wellness is on the rise. People want to be healthy. People, are all about quality of life. And then the network marketing type business is on the rise. Home-based business is on the rise. Being able to leverage your time is on the rise. People don't want to be at a building from 8 to 5, right? So we have a great industry, a great business, but until we get really strong on that, we may not attract people to the business. We might get lots of customers because we're so sold out on the product, but a lot of times we need to really work on the business aspect, and there's resources for that. And then you grow stronger. This is like a plan over time to build your belief in all these things. So where you're solid. And then the same with the company. Company is an amazing company, but if you have no interaction with the company, you don't know much about the company, you're not going to be as solid and confident about it. So you want to work on building your belief in the company, and then yourself, really seeing yourself as someone who could move forward in this company. And so really seeing, like, maybe you want to watch some national marketing director speeches and see that these are all normal people, but they went through a lot of struggle to get to where they got to, and it takes personal growth over time. So those are just some things. And so I want to just talk just for a second about what makes this really I'm like looking at this little girl. Okay, what makes us a really exciting company is that you don't have to have inventory. A lot of times when people join a business, they have to have inventory. This is one where you don't have to have a lot of overhead. And so, say you made a pizza company and you were selling pizzas, how long would it take for you to be in the positive as opposed to the negatives? Right away with the Juice Plus company, you're not losing money, you're making money. So sometimes people say, "Oh, I'm not ready to get started yet because I don't have the money." And I'm like, that's why I'm introducing this to you, because I want to help you make money. I don't want to take away money from you. I want to help you make money. So you want to have the posture that you can help them make income. And if you're not there yet, that's okay. You'd rely on us to help your new team members move forward and make extra income. I love that it's a virtual home business, brand name product. If you ask Siri, what's the most researched nutritional product in the world? It's Juice Plus. It's a whole food product that has research behind it. And then simple and duplicatable. That is what we really work on, keeping it simple so that anybody can do it. Okay. Let me see here. All right. So, what are some of the success ingredients? And do we have any questions yet, Dougie, in the chat? You can interrupt me. Okay,
No,
I love that. All right.
it's about to get real right now.
It's about to get real. Okay, yeah. All right, so here are I've got people.
Can you go back to the success ingredients?
Oh, I went one too far? Hold on. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I love reviewing the success ingredients. This is really what it comes down to build this. I like to say I didn't come to the table with any special abilities. I was consistent and persistent, and I had a lot of these things. I was willing to work. Now, sometimes we could shuffle papers and get organized, things like that, but that's not necessarily working. Okay, so we get paid to talk to people. Whether or not they lock in and join us in what we're doing, that's okay. Or whether or not they understand, we just do our duty, our activity of spreading this gift. Okay, being teachable, realizing that. I mean, I went to college for certain things. There is like this is the college for learning how to do this business, just plugging in, listening to audios, going through, doing it and learning from there. There is no other way, so you've got to be teachable. You've got to learn from those who've gone before you and those who sponsored you into this business. So today you're the student, but tomorrow, right around the corner, there might be somebody who's ready to join the business with you. So then you say, well, let's both learn together. Always being teachable and not thinking, oh, well, my way is a better way necessarily, especially if it's something that is not teachable. If it's not simple, if it's not something everybody can do, right? So having the desire to succeed. Did you want to say anything about those, Dougie? Those two things? Okay. Having the desire to succeed. So not everybody has the desire to succeed. But if you do, you want to realize, okay, I want to succeed. You want to hold on to that, and you want to have more reasons why to do it than excuses not to. A lot of times people bring this up about their kids, don't make them the excuse, make them the reason. Like instead of saying, oh, I can't do this business because my kids are always pulling at me and they're distracting me all day, make it more of like, I'm doing this so that I can buy dance lessons for my kids, or so we can all go to Disney. But you got to get their buy-in. Hey, mommy's going to work or daddy's going to work because I want to build a brighter future for you guys, or so that I can, have leverage of my time, because this business can leverage your time and bring you income while you're doing something else because of what you built. Okay. So you have to have more reasons why you're going to do it than excuses not to. Okay. Because there's lots of excuses not to. You've got to really work hard to go against those waves. Like if you're in the ocean, those waves are crashing down on you. You could just go with the waves, but sometimes you got to go with, going against the waves or going down the ocean until you can get some clearing and then really work on the business. So being able to really put that aside and having that desire strong enough, putting other people first. So a lot of times we have to really care about the other person because we have to be patient. You know, there's a lot of patience in this business. Not everybody can do this because they want a quick result. Like, it's not like, here's a ring, here's a ring, here's a ring, pick your ring. It's more of holding their hand till they understand. And it's not about selling, it's about getting them to the point where they understand, where they're really getting, why are they taking these capsules, and the reasoning behind it, or why would they want to invest in this business, and the reasoning behind it. So it takes a lot of patience and persistence and caring about the other people enough to educate, even if they're not latching on. So the business works. You just got to do the activity and put those people first. All right. Understanding the potential, it's absolutely there. Having a good customer base, a qualified business at the top commission level of sales coordinator will bring you about $500 a month. When you teach other people to do the same, that's when you get into the thousands of dollars a month, whether it's the house payment or whether it's the new car or benefits package or anything like that. You have to first get your own customers, start getting a team, and then teaching them and helping them duplicate. That's when you get into the thousands of dollars a month. And it's not until you have that commitment that you're really going to do this that you'll move to the thousands of dollars a month. It can't be like wishy-washy. So understanding the potential, this can recreate your future for the better, whatever it is that you want to do. And so, it wasn't until 3 years in that I understood the potential. And it wasn't until I made the mortgage payment that I understood the potential. I was like, oh, I see. And I was a high school guidance counselor. It took me a long time to really understand that this could be different, that this was just out of the norm, right? I thought you go to college, you get that job, and you stay in that job for the rest of your life, basically. That's what I was aimed for. That's why I went back for a second master's. So I'd have that pigeonhole job to stay in and have those benefits and have the summers off and the afternoons off. You think you've figured it all out. Well, then I found this and it was like, oh my gosh, I can actually have more. I can have my cake and eat it too. I can be home with my kids. I can have that flexible schedule. I can help people. I can feed my brain. I can make a significant income, and I don't have to dress up. And it was amazing. So, it took me a while to figure that, and I needed to see other people moving up too. So a lot of times it takes time for you to understand the potential, but the potential is there. And so then also setting your goals. What type of income would justify to you an investment of time? Like me, and we used to have a saying, PV or TV, what would justify you giving up a show to work on your business and blitz for a little while, or put it first on your list, or second instead of some other things. So what would justify your investment of time to build a successful business for the next 3 to 5 years? How much time can you invest in that weekly? It really doesn't take a lot. Like talking to people, 30 seconds. Okay. So everybody can talk to people every day throughout their day. It's just a little more intentionality. It's really not more time. It's more intentionality. So how much time would you actually need? You'd need like 1 extra minute, right, to talk to people, but then you've got to follow up. So that's really the key, is to follow up. So your daily method of operation for qualifying your business is talk to 2 people a day, 5 days a week, to get a qualified business. When I was a guidance counselor, I would go in, they said, talk to 2 people a day. I took it literally. And I talked to 2 people a day. And those are the people you then follow up with in the next days. You try to talk to them within 24 hours of watching the video so that it's fresh in their mind. Okay. You don't have to have a perfect product and business story, but it really needs to be about, why did this make sense to you? Why are you doing it? Why do you think they should do it? Okay. Sharing videos is how we mostly generate education for our prospects and our customers and our team members, and then events. So plugging people into what already exists. You don't have to be the expert. Having an active list, always good to keep an active list. Write down names of your relatives, write down your friends, your neighbors, your coworkers, your classmates, the groups of people that you associate with. Everybody's got their own little niche, their hobbies. Who are those people? It doesn't mean that you're going to talk to them all today, but that's your business plan. If you start making a list in those different categories, then you could look at that list and say, oh, I think I'll call Aunt Nancy today, you know? And so I used to like to think on a Sunday, I'll take more time and call my relatives. That's when I'll call my relatives or my friends that I know those conversations will take longer, those long distance friends, things like that. And so, and maybe you go to work. And so maybe make shake at work, have your capsules on the desk, things like that. Have those names though. And then also past workers, you know, that you've worked with, have those names, your spouse's coworkers, your spouse's family. You know, there's so many people that are in your life that are acquaintances at least. Like I could call, say my mom's friend, hey, you know, my mom gave me your name and said you might want to hear more about Juice Plus, or I understand you guys were talking about Juice Plus. I don't know that person, but it's still what's called warm market because they're an acquaintance through my mom. So you've got a lot of those acquaintance type people in your life. And it's good to realize that so that you don't hammer on the same 5 people, you know, that you might think of right away when you join this business. Okay, so then asking your support team to help with the 3-way call, very important, you know, because we don't expect you to know everything when you sign up. And it's important for you to realize that you don't have to know everything. You could just say, oh my gosh, I don't know everything, but I'm so excited. Can I call you with my friend later today? You know, or you give them a video and you say, can I follow up with you after you watch the video? I'm going to call with my friend because I know she can help more. I just now I'm learning. Can I listen in? You know, anything like that. All right. And then building a qualifying business, you want to have about 25 to 30 people that you accumulate. And this can happen within your first 60 to 90 days. Okay. There we go. All right. All right, so how do we do it? Building a customer base. We can just say, have you heard of Juice Plus? That's easy, right? And then you share. You ask if they'd like to find out more about the benefits of Juice Plus, and then following up. It could be as easy as ABC. Sometimes it takes more exposure. Sometimes it takes them hearing on the news, you need to eat more fruits and vegetables, or going to the doctor's office, you need to eat more fruits and vegetables, or seeing Juice Plus displayed on their relative's counter. And then you want to be the one though that they come to. You want to have already shared with them so that they come back to you, you know? So it takes a number of exposures. It's not like selling jewelry where it's like, oh yeah, I love that one. No, it takes like sometimes people understanding that we need to eat so many fruits and vegetables. So don't get desperate. Okay, so then what about adding team? So you want to build that customer base of satisfied and consistent users, but then you want to build a nucleus of people who are also building those franchises, which we've talked about. Then your income can be part-time or full-time. And so approximately 5% will understand the initial opportunity. They'll say, okay, yeah, I would love to sign up for, you know, Juice Plus and the business because I want to offset my costs. I mean, that's why I did it. Plus, my friend asked me if I wanted to do it. If you don't ask and you're just collecting customers and you don't say, hey, I want to make sure you know this option, then you're always going to get customers. So if you at least let people know that's an option, they might want to take advantage of that initial opportunity. And so 5% will understand the initial opportunity, 10% later, you know, so that comes down to customers. You want to continue to see who would be good for the business. And then 85% will only want the products. That's why it's a product driven business, our business. And I love the saying, people don't walk into McDonald's and say, I'd like a hamburger, French fries, and a franchise. Not everybody wants the franchise. They want the product, but it's going to be a little different whether or not they want the franchise, right? And a lot of times we don't even call it a business. We just say, you know, aren't there other people you'd like to share with? And we make it sound a little simpler because not everybody will say, oh, I want this as a business. So we want to kind of more describe how we do the business. You know, hey, we're a community, we get together, we learn how to share Juice Plus, we share what we're doing on a daily basis on our health journey. We just, you know, share good things. And we also get to discount our Juice Plus, and you can be that representative for your family and friends, because I might not have that ability to talk to them because I'm not even friends with them. So you want to kind of explain it instead of just calling it something. Okay, I hope that makes sense. You guys can comment in the chat on any of this, I hope. So who might be some good people that you would want to join you on this mission? Positive people, okay? Because you want to be fueled every day, right? You want to have the right energy. You want to have somebody who's open-minded. So positive people are generally open-minded, I think. And they're not going to be negative or pessimistic. Money or health motivated. So money motivated, maybe they need the money and they are also somebody who would love this business, right? Or they're health motivated and they don't even know there's a business that they're actually, I have this one customer, she's killing me. She has her own like customer group and she's not even doing this business. She's doing everything just like this business. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you've got to join us. And so I hardly know her, so it's going to take some time. But of course, I've already mentioned it a couple times. I'm in her group. I'm sharing other things with her. So if they're health motivated, but they don't get it yet that there's a business, you just continue to expose them to why they're so perfect to join you in this, right? And then sometimes it takes time. It takes time. It takes seasons changing, whatever. Sometimes people who are dissatisfied with their health, they want to make some changes and things like that. Then you just want to key in on that. Some people are entrepreneurial. Maybe they want another stream of income. Some people are having really great results and they're already sharing probably, but we don't even know it unless we ask them, hey, have you shared those results with other people? Have you started sharing your product with other people? Maybe you want to join us and do what we're doing, and make it fit them, so maybe they're already sharing with others. Maybe they're giving you referrals. Those people would be perfect to join you on this mission. All right, so we're going to talk about getting to the first position in the compensation plan. All right, there's lots of resources. I want to try to make this simple for everybody. And you guys who are leaders, please, if it's not simple, put whatever explanations in the chat. So you are in the middle, and our suggested order, or my suggested order for you, is the trio blend. I recommend the trio blend of fruits, veggies, berries, and our phenomenal shake. That's what I use every single day. Now, I also use the omega, so it makes it a little harder. I use all those things. So I tell people what I recommend based on what I'm using. But I definitely think a very good first order for a new team member is to be a product of the product. So whatever products you think you want to talk to people about, you want to order those. If you think you want to sell the Tower Garden, you should really have a Tower Garden, and it's going to help you get to your different commission levels to go ahead and get your product. Okay. And then you want to find a friend. You say, hey, come on along. Let's do this together. Or a relative, right? Or a coworker or a neighbor. And so just know that you need 1,000 points. And those are really equal to the dollar amounts of the things below to get to Partner Plus, which is the very first commission level, the 5% commission level. If you do this in 10 days of being a new person, you're going to get a $100 reward. It's called Express Track. And until November 30th, you also get a business bundle package. That's a new thing. Where they're going to give you complete shake and pocket packs for free and some brochures. So that's for new people who are signing up right now and getting to there within 10 days. That's the Express Track. The Express Track is not for restarts, but anybody can restart if they've missed this. They can restart each month if they need to. Anytime you have 1,000 points, and that could be any kind of order, in 30 days, then you'll get the $50 title reward and you'll get to the 5% commission level. So really the company wants you to be a success, and move up the compensation plan. This is just the very first position. So you want to put in your order and get a few orders. For me, it was my mom, my sister, my sister-in-law's mother-in-law, some people at the place I worked, some people at the place Doug worked. those were my very first types of orders. And I just went out like ignorance on fire, where I was like, oh my gosh, do you know about this? And I was sharing the audios. Okay. That's how easy it can be. And nowadays there's quick turnaround. I mean, the audio is like 7 to 11 minutes or 4 to 11 minutes, depending on which one you choose. And you can get them watching that same day. So you really can make it an urgent thing and move quicker. So the second commission level is called qualifying sales coordinator. That's the 10% commission level. The first one took 1,000 points, right? You're going to use your 1,000 points from before. But look, if you have 3 people who do the same with you, if you say to 3 relatives or friends or coworkers, hey, why don't you get your order and get a couple people to order? Then you could do what I just did. Well, if you do that with 3 people, that's an easy 4,000 points right away. Okay, it doesn't always end up that way, right? So I'm going to show you a different scenario. But if you did have 3 friends and you came out of the gate and maybe everybody was on the same event and you introduced this concept, then you would get to the 4,000 points lickety split, right? And then there's a $400 reward if you do it within 30 days, a $300 reward if you do it in 60 days. All right. Does that make sense? You guys can answer in the chat. And
This would be a great time for questions. There's got to be some questions. Clarification, maybe?
There are some questions in the chat. Janae's like, do we get discount pricing? I answered Nicole. She said, you know, can 1,000 points be entirely from the household? And yes, but 2 different names, correct? Like you'd have to do a husband and wife.
2 names. Wow, I love these questions, and thank you, Karen, for helping answer those. Right, so let's go back 1 second. So remember 1,000 points. I didn't really go into what everything's worth. The quad is worth 405, trio 300, the duo 200, shake 140, omega 105. So as that adds up to 1,000, it can be all from your household, but it's got to be 2 names, right? Or it could be different people. So that's what this little scenario is, right? And then you've got your 1,000. Now you want to get other people to get 1,000 each if they want to, right? And get 4,000 total by 30 days if you want the $400 bonus, by 60 days if you want the $300 bonus. The idea from the company is, you know, if you really put your mind to it and make it a higher priority, you can get this done in 30 days. We've seen it, you know, but you can take 60 days. What if you just have one partner? Then you get the 3,000 points on your own and your friend gets 1,000, you know? And so then you have some future teammates, but maybe it didn't work out that you got 3 right at once, right? So you're going to get 3,000 on your own, which is about the equivalent of 10 trios. And you have somebody else who gets the 1,000. So that's the equivalent of like 3 trios and a shake order or omega. Okay, so it can happen in any of these ways, but it's 4,000 points within 30 days or 60 days, depending on how fast you want to go. And then again, if you miss it, you could start over. But the express track is only for brand new people if they do, you know, the quicker way. All right. That is a lot. Let me see. I think I'm almost done. And then we'll stop. Okay. So then, but monitor the chat. Okay. So fast tracking the sales coordinator, you do need 3 partners. Okay. And you have 6 months to do it. So the quicker you could get people, you know, to say, hey, I'm going to learn along with you, the easier for you. And you need 3 friends, and say that your different friends did different things. If one friend got to 1,000 points, the other friends got to 4,000 and they became your QSCs. You only need 10,000 points to get to sales coordinator. That really only leaves like 1,000 that you had to get your own in your customer base. So you probably will go over the 10,000 because you'll have more than 1,000 in your own customer base. But basically, this is how you get to sales coordinator. You have 3 people, you get 10,000 points. You're at the 15% commission level, which is the highest commission level. It's not the highest position or the highest income. It's the highest commission you can get. I'm at that commission level. Everybody else, you know, who's a leader is at that commission level. You want to get there, and they have the program to get you there in 6 months. But if you get there in 90 days, you get extra money. Okay. So, and your sponsor, your active sponsor gets that same reward. So you want to lock arms with that person and you both can get that reward for the QSC and SC positions. Okay. For that one, you do need 3 partners. All right. Let's see, what was that? We'll end up talking about that. Okay, so what are some of the resources? TheFreedomRevolution.com, Password Revolution, Healthy Living Revolution. I sent somebody there the other day because they wanted to learn more about something. I forget, but also the cookbooks there, the videos are there. You know, the 3 main videos about Juice Plus, the Complete, and the Tower Garden. It's a really great free free website for anybody. TheFreedomRevolution.com is a training resource for us. And then your support team is actually the best place for you to learn and to lock arms. So keeping in touch with your upline sponsor and leader is how you can build this business the best. If you say to somebody, hey, I'm going to go talk to my sister today, but I know that she might have a question about this, telling your upline sponsor or leader that, they'll have suggestions, or they might say, hey, well, call me if you get hung up on something, I'll be available. Or, hey, if you have a problem, then we'll call your sister later. Or you might say to your support team, hey, I'm going to go see a doctor today. What should I bring to help introduce Juice Plus? Your upline support team is the best resource for you every day. And so how do we keep in touch? Voxer, we all download the Voxer app so that we can communicate back and forth. The Facebook group is where you might get some announcements, which I showed earlier. And then team events. We are on different events, namely the Lunch and Learns Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, which we might change some of those so you want to keep updated. All right, so I stopped the PowerPoint because I hate just talking at the screen and not knowing what you guys are thinking. So let's see. Now it's up to you guys to help talk about this.
Okay, I had a question about one household. We say that there can be several names from the same household, several orders. Does it matter what card? Because there was a time when it could be only one card. Yeah, it's okay. It doesn't matter now.
They took that away.
Okay.
And Karen's right. We pay the same price as customers, which actually makes it very attractive to say to somebody, I paid the same thing as you do, so that they don't feel like I don't know. There is an explanation, but I forgot what it was. But they like, it's not like you've got a cheaper price. We pay the same price, but because we are representatives, we make money back. So that it's not like, oh, it should be cheaper. No, it's because we earn it, we learn, and we share with others. That's why we make a paycheck. So price is the same for everybody. And that makes it easier for you to share with people. No, I pay the same price. It's just that I'm, also building a secondary stream of income, or, making some extra income. And that just kind of separates it a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to be quiet. You guys talk.
I thought this was a great presentation, Sharon. I was asking a few different people what they thought. They also like it. So I think you're onto something here. The Freedom Revolution gets a little too simplistic sometimes and kind of leaves us wondering some of the details. But also still a good resource. You're not contradicting it. So I think that's really good. So Sharon went in a lot more into the reason I was asking people is because it seemed a little bit more like if you do more, like a little bit more business-like than casual. It was good. And I was just listening to Brian Tracy's book called Goals this morning, because I want to get more pumped up. If anybody else is looking to get pumped up or how to focus, there's a book by Brian Tracy called Goals, and it is super. But and if you get the Audible version, he actually reads it, and it's so calming and awesome that you can just listen to it over and over. And one part he was saying is sometimes salespeople will ask him, how can I double my goals to double my paycheck? I mean, if there's anybody here that wants to double their paycheck, Brian Tracy had the answer in his book today. And he said, a lot of times people will come up with things like, yeah, well, I need to get good at Instagram stories. I need to get organized. I need to figure out my system for tracking and all these different things. And he says, that's not it. He says, what you got to do, if you want to double your check, I want you to double the number of qualified prospects you're face to face with. So instead of us sitting around and thinking about, oh, well, if I just had a better tracking system, or what's that Teamsy thing? They got Teamsy. That's why they're doing so good. It has nothing to do with it. It has to do with the number of people you're talking to. So I think that's a really important thing to remember. The book is called Goals by Brian Tracy. Yes. It's super. You're going to love it. It's kind of old school, like How to Win Friends and Influence People. So it's like one of those classics that, yeah. The Audible, Karen, of all people, to show a real book. I mean, there's no way. Look at it. It's brand new.
It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I
You've
always
never-
get Audible.
You know you've never opened that book. Just sell it while it's new.
No, I buy the books and I read the first chapter and I was like, what the heck am I thinking? I need to do Audible. It's what I do every
Got a
time.
gold mine over there.
Yeah.
This one,
First
the Audible is
very
perfect.
good.
I think if you have Amazon Prime, you might get Audible for free. If you're really smart about it, if you can figure it out. There you go. There you go.
See, I read it a little bit.
Yeah, you got some highlighting in there.
Look at that.
Chapter 5 is the one I listened to today that had what I was talking about. Thank you. Do you have an Echo Show? Can you have it play your Audible through there? I don't know, Jim, but I just got an Echo Show for free because I bought the Ring doorbell. And unfortunately, I did a post about it, and I think I've given away my Echo Show. But I'm looking at it right now. I haven't mailed it. But what if it would read? Because I know my Google Homes will not read Audible to me. But I bet you Echo would do it. Yeah, they're on sale for $65.
They're all really
Huh.
good, right?
One of my oldest friends, I said I would send it to him, but you know what? He's a doctor. I'll just send him like I don't know, something offensive in the mail, and it'll be a good joke.
You're having an.
I'm gonna figure that out.
This is why Jim is on my team because I'm so technologically like backwards. I don't even know what an Echo Show is.
It's okay. Don't worry, Jim. We have a whole prayer group for you to support you spiritually during this time of helping Karen with technology.
Technology.
Oh,
I'm plugging it and everything for you, Karen. Isn't that nice? I love.
Okay, more questions. Man, it was good. It was good, Sharon. You did good. I think the success ingredients. I'd love to see those again. Oh, there. Oh, you got a
Let's try
large.
Oh. You want to show us?
We're going to get to see Echo,
I'll
I
spot.
guess.
I'll spotlight Jim. Go ahead.
See, look, mine is like the cheap one. You gotta.
This is the Echo 8, and it's on sale right now on Amazon for $65. It's normally $130.
Oh.
So I bought two, one for me and one for my parents. I'm going to send to them because you can actually do video calls through this.
On the telephone?
No, on this.
Okay, yeah, but
It just goes through the Amazon
Oh.
ecosystem. You
Oh,
just set
okay.
up accounts and you can even check your cameras. So let me see what comes on here in a
I know
second.
that. So I could look at my Ring doorbell on this,
Yes.
but I'm so deep in the Google ecosystem. I was just like, you know what? I
Yeah.
can't do this to the family.
So like I can say, Alexa, play the Launch Your Live podcast.
Here's Go for Launch.
No,
Grow your business
stop.
and your life from Amazon.
Alexa, stop.
Playing the latest
This is where we get in arguments.
Yeah.
Alexa, play Launch Your Live podcast.
Getting Launch Your Live from Amazon Music. How to
There you
choose
go.
a live video.
So there's my
icon for your
podcast
show.
playing on.
so this is just
Alexa, stop.
I have the little Echo dots where I talk to Alexa and she plays music, but this is just like beyond where it's the screen, it's the whole thing. That's what this
Yeah,
is?
this is an Echo Dot, but you're gonna see something.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the show is bigger. You can play your Amazon Prime. I just have to upload my Audible to it, and then I could just say, play whatever book, and it'll start talking to me wherever I am in the house.
So I know this isn't really Juice Plus topics, but this is important. So with an Alexa, I can say, because it's Amazon, will I be able to say like, hey, Alexa, order more toilet paper? And
Yes,
it's just done?
it'll create lists. Yeah, you can create lists for shopping. You can order stuff. It's just like
Skip it for me.
it's just like the Dot.
Well, yeah, haven't you seen those posts or those things where the kids have ordered stuff? Like Melissa Gomez on my team, her son, thank God she saw the email confirmation of her son ordered $1,000 TV when he was like 2.
Wow.
Oh yeah, talking
So
to
we have the little one that's like a speaker, and I think there's parental controls on it.
And even now with the 4K Fire Stick, if you plug it into your TV and you have the cameras that'll all hook into this system, you could say, show me the front door camera, and it'll play through your Fire Stick on your TV. So if you don't want to get up, yeah, they're doing all kinds of crazy stuff. That's good things.
But that's interesting because that goes, we have a Ring doorbell that connects, so I could put that in the kitchen, and if it goes off, then I can just look and see.
Yeah, you can actually do that on your phone,
That's
Well, I do it on my phone now, but
but you can do it through your Alexa app on the phone. See, Alexa started beeping because I said her name.
uh-huh.
this is where my head starts to hurt. It's too much.
Uh-huh. Well, welcome to the team, Janae. Haven't seen that name before. Hi, Janae.
Renee. Iman, hello. We want to see you and talk to you. We tried yesterday, but we are glad you're here. Super.
Glad all you guys are here. Beth Pearson said this really helped. She loved the success ingredients. And everybody said
So
clear.
going back to the success, as we finish up the some of the success habits, I think you call them, or something like that.
Ingredients.
Yeah. Have a desire to succeed. That's big. Even exploring that, like, what do you really want? So Brian Tracy Goals has the whole first part talks about your figuring out your core values and setting your own goals, like what really drives you. You know what I mean? So because that can be like confusing. So Jim has a podcast, right? So Jim has a podcast. He has a guy he does it with. He's out there doing it. He could just sit back and say, I did it. Or he could say, I want to be ranked this number, or I want to have this many followers. And then after that, he could say, I don't want to buy equipment anymore. I want to do it all on sponsorships. And then after that, he can say, I'm going to set up a subscription service. And you know what? This is probably, knowing Jim, part of the plan that he's already thought through. It's just going to take a while to get there. So, I mean, that's just using Jim as the example. But I think all of us, we have to figure out what our goals are, what we want, what drives us. And I think and the reason I mention that is because in our Juice Plus world, because us as leaders, we want to motivate you guys. We want to give you vision. Sometimes we'll just kind of tell you what your goal should be. We'll tell you what your vision should be according to us, but it's not your vision. You got to find your vision. You got to find. That's why it's important. Books like the Miracle Morning give you a good morning routine to go through, so that you can see. One really important part of goal setting is like visualization. So like for you to visualize, well, what is it going to be like if you made 5? Well, I mean, we do ask this question sometimes in a startup. If we're starting up and like, okay, let me ask Jim. So Jim, what is a number you would like to see your Juice Plus business provide each month?
I'd like to get to like at least $500 a month.
There you go, $500 a month. Now, I guarantee you're going to get to $500 a month. I guess I'm probably not allowed to say that. I mean, of course, it's based on.
Guarantee
Well, you have to work at it, though. I get
Well,
it.
let's go ahead and double that, because it's still a very doable number. So let's say $1,000 a month. So here's a question to help Jim get vision for that. What would $1,000 a month do for you? Like, what's the difference?
It would pay my car payment for my Subaru.
There you go. So now he doesn't have to worry about his Subaru, and that makes it worthwhile to make the sacrifices it's going to take to get there. So having vision is going to give you a desire to succeed, because without vision, I guess the Bible says the people perish, but without vision, nobody does anything unless they want to do it. I mean, that's another thing to learn about people. As you guys lead teams of people, everybody's doing what they want to do, pretty much. And if you don't have vision, maybe you show up, you come to some lunch and learns, you share a little Juice Plus. I mean, some people love the community more than that, drives them more than even the paycheck, because maybe they don't have vision for that paycheck yet. So the next one is to be teachable. And I'm telling you, we are not lying to you. The Freedom Revolution website is not full of lies. This is all truth. If you just do the system, keep it simple, I promise you're gonna build. And then the next one is setting goals. So the book of the day is Brian Tracy Goals. I'm gonna go listen to some more of it. Hey, Brooke O'Rourke, how's your hand?
How's Brookie?
Let's get a wave. Hey, we got a thumbs up. We got the one-handed plumber over there. I'll tell you what, that ain't gonna hold him back.
There we go. Hold on.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
You're going to work Monday. I know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's making an egg and pork chops, I think.
No.
Sausage.
There you go.
Willing to work.
Huh?
Brooke is willing to work.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. And while he's working as a plumber, he's getting leads, warm leads from Cold Market, hot leads from Glenn.
I always find myself trying to work in the little healthy thing, wherever I can, and
I know, and it's inspiring.
I think if I'm talking to a customer, someone I'm working for, and we're talking or whatever, and I'm just waiting for the time whenever I can work it in, where I can just work in health.
Yeah.
So.
Like, some of you have a spouse that you want them to do the business. Maybe you see, me doing it, or other people, or so and so, or Kurt Beaver's wife helping him out and stuff. But don't forget, I mean, some people just don't want to do this. Okay,
Right.
Let's respect that. Like, your dream might not be their dream, but you can still ask them to send you some leads. When I was working full time, I would do that too, and Joel taught me that. Joel Herbst, it's like, just, hey, you got to talk to my wife. It makes it even easier to talk to people. For me to be like, hey, you got to talk to my wife. So I was over at Trader Joe's today. We had juiced Christina, the girl. She's a flight attendant that was laid off, and now she's at Trader Joe's, and she is like high level. I mean, it's amazing.
Very social.
I came upon her again. We got her phone number. Sharon was going to send some info. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. So I saw Christina at the Trader Joe's today, and she was being friendly with people again. I mean, just a gem. And I said, hey, did Sharon send you that information about Juice Plus? Sharon, am I putting you under the bus? She goes, no, I didn't get anything. I'm like, well, I'll yell at her. I came home today, and Sharon said, listen, that's not, I'm not that good at that. Why don't you do it? I'm like, okay. So we just work together.
That's the truth.
Hey, you guys.
Hey, something I dropped in the chat if people are interested. I think, I don't know if you guys know, I now do a show live on Amazon. And what we do is we talk about gear for live streaming and podcasting and just other specials on Amazon. So like today at 4:00, we're going to be live on there, and you can always watch the replays. So like, we'll talk about the microphones. We talked about the Echo Show a little bit yesterday. And as we learn how to do more things with it, we'll actually demonstrate that stuff sometimes. You can actually chat with us while the show is live. So you can ask questions. Like, we had a show where people were like, well, what's the difference between like a Blue Yeti microphone and the Samson Q2U, where you're talking about the difference between dynamic and Cartoid, because some microphones pick up everything. Just like, you got that lapel mic. We talked about the double lapel mic yesterday. If you want to interview someone, you can hook it into your phone. You both get good audio. So that's been a lot of fun doing stuff
Well, that's
live on Amazon.
excellent. And I noticed that's through Fusion Marketing. So if I'm following that,
Yep.
I mean, that is, how am I going to find your list? Because people do.
When you go live on Amazon, you'll get a notification. When you're on Amazon, you'll get a notification that we're going live. And then you can always go back and watch replays. And then it'll show you all the different, like we talked about the Vitamix during Prime Day. If any of you have one of those are great for blending all the
I heard
fruits
the
and
air
vegetables.
fryer. I mean, that's going to be a good time to get an air fryer too, guys. If you're not an air fryer user,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, it'll
I
change
just-
your life.
So what's the difference between an air fryer and an Instapot? For all you
Okay,
professionals?
this is good because this is my wheelhouse now, healthy cooking guy.
Yeah.
I've hit 30 pounds down, by the way, guys. I hit it.
Awesome.
So that's good.
Congratulations.
Okay. What was that question? Oh, Instant Pot is a pressure cooker.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like that slow cooker on steroids. It's a fast cooker, and it just pressurizes. It's super high heat. An air fryer is actually just a tiny convection oven. So there's a I noticed inside of it. I looked up in there. There's just a burner, like a heat burner, but then there's fans, so it's blowing air all around. So what happens is, like, if you let's take I don't know, it's probably more fun to say chicken wings than tofu, but it's the same effect. If you bake tofu, it's okay. If you make chicken wings in the oven, it's okay. If you were to put it in an Instant Pot, it would be almost like it's boiled, probably. It'd be all moist and not crispy. The tofu, I don't even want to think about it. It'd be horrible. But an air fryer, it crisps it out very well. Like the outside of the tofu, the chicken wings, it's unbelievable. My kids say the chicken wings are better than like deep fried, which is good, So, don't recommend them every week, but oh gosh, kids just broke a window. Good luck, Jerry. So, good luck. Good to see you. So the air fryer is very good. The cleanup's really easy. It's just really, I find myself, in fact, there's chicken in it right now. I bought the brand from Instant Pot because I kind of trust it.
Uh-huh.
I thought about I like Braun a lot, so I would get Braun, but theirs is like a big oven, which you can fit more in it, but it's not kind of like a true air fryer and like this. Maybe it is, but
well, and I could see where if you did videos of some of these things where you take stuff maybe you grew on your tower garden and how you're incorporating that into healthy recipes that people would like, oh, I need to check this out.
So I know we're going over, but we got kind of the hardcore people left. So this is like a marketing conversation, but so here's what I struggle with, and let's talk through it, because Gwen has some long-term marketing efforts going. Jim, you have long-term marketing going. I struggle with it because I'm thinking I could make a video about how to cook something from my tower garden in the air fryer and then show how good it tastes and all that kind of stuff. Or I can just drive over to Trader Joe's and talk to Christina. And I don't know. So I think the way that I watched Sharon build this from scratch was one-on-one, handing out flyers in the line at the school and things like that. And I realize it's a different age now, but it just seems, sometimes to me, it seems like a lot of work, like time-wise, hours, for the amount of marketing you have to do to try to convert cold market. You know what I mean? It's like probably like 10,000 to 1 or maybe 1,000 to 1 instead of 1 to 1. I feel like it's a 10 to 1 ratio where you're going to get 1 out of 10, no problem. Maybe 2 out of 10.
Well, I think, but like I was really pleasantly surprised is I took a picture of my tower garden, I think it was last week, and I posted it on my Facebook personal page. And I had like 7 people message me wanting to know more information. So I sent them all the link to my tower garden. Now I need to follow up and say, hey, did you get a chance to check it out? What would you like to know? And so that was just taking a you know, a picture of the Tower Garden
Yeah.
and talking about and having a bowl of the lettuce that we pulled off of it,
Yeah.
you know, and so that
I guess it all works together.
it does. I think
So,
so.
so if my brand is like, I'm losing weight, I'm growing food, I know the value of fruits and vegetables, I like cooking and making great recipes. Because a lot of people, I mean, when I talk about tofu like it's the best thing in the world, and most people are like, "Oh my gosh!" Even Sharon is like, "I'm not touching that stuff." I love it. It's just so good, especially if you know what you're doing.
It doesn't love me, so I can't eat it.
Oh, you can't.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, that's good. It's good to think that through.
But I think when you're showing people about healthy eating, right? That's part of the group of people you're looking for to get into the Juice Plus family
True.
ecosystem. So I think that, you know, and I think you should be talking about the fact that you've lost 30 pounds. And, you know, it probably helps that Juice Plus is a part of that, but it's also because you've kind of taken that next step, right? First, you were detoxing your body. Now you're taking the results of feeling better, eating better. And, you know, it's not, you know, and you may be working exercise into it, but, you know, we all need to take those steps. Like it doesn't happen overnight, and too many people get into this. You know, it's like I told you before with, you know, Optavia, it's this whole habits of health. And that's what I think Juice Plus does too. But you're doing this with real food. You're not going out and, you know, getting bars and, you know, fake soup and all this other stuff. You're using what the planet provides us. And I think that will resonate with people because they feel like they get trapped into this, oh, I got to buy $300 or $400 worth of product every month just for myself with these other programs.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what doesn't always come through with Juice Plus, or it's just educating people that these, you know, whether it's the gummies or the tablets, you're getting your daily and then some of fruits and vegetables. So that's I think in the big marketing picture, how you have to, I guess how I would look at it, if that makes sense.
That's good. I like it. And you know those those quick cooking videos where it's like you see like the chopping from above, and then you see the blender, and then you see this, and there's no people, it's just like really quick and they explain it. Those are kind of the ones I have vision for. Like, man, I wish I could make those.
Right.
But it does require a little bit more equipment to make it look good. You gotta have good lighting and all that.
Right.
But all right, good. So Jim has inspired me again. That's why I'm a subscriber to his podcast. You guys should be too.
Thank
I'll
you.
see you at 4:00 today on your Amazon
Awesome.
Live.
Yes, I hope so. Yeah, leave some comments. It'll be fun. We try to have fun with it. Me and my
All
friend
right,
Chris.
cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Sorry we went long. Uh-oh. Got a phone call.
Somebody
the
is
dog's
ready to
getting
sign up.
neutered, so I better Sharon, you can
There
wrap
is
up.
somebody that I need to remember who I was talking to, Jim, that needs what you are doing today, and I got to remember who that was.
Okay.
Anyway, all right, bye guys.
Hi,
Have a
thank you
great
guys.
night.
Great seeing you.
Thank you guys. Happy Saturday.
All right. Bye.
You too.